Hello, everyone, and this is my review on Blade Runner 2049. Pretty much, this movie was actually good. Its base is actually only based on a book, if I recall, really, but also sequel to Randy Scott's Blade Runner with Harrison Ford. Storyline is about pretty much picking up from the original Blade Runner movie. This cop is assigned to this little job to do to pick up this. Well, not really pick up, but stop this. You can say pretty much a clone who have done past stuff that most of these clones are not allowed to. Like in the future, these clones pretty much can't have real feelings and have real families. None of that. They're just made as these workforce people doing jobs. I mean, almost a perfect human, but almost with these robotic feel to it, where they're not really robots. It's just almost humans, but like I say, clones, replicas, you want to call it, really, where they're policed by not only humans but also replicas who pretty much are going against their own selves. Like, hey, you can't have feelings. You're, a clone, replica, whatever you want to call it. That you're not supposed to have relationship. Okay, it's pretty much like that. It's a real mess up future. So this cop is pretty much doing his job. In the beginning of the movie, he was played by Ryan Gosling, if I pronounce that right, his last name, who's a clone, a replica. When he's arresting this replica, pretty much a question he asks, how does it feel going against your own people? Where you see Ryan Gosling's character is like, I don't care. I'm doing my job. I'm a cop. I'm assigned to this assignment to stop you, to take you in pretty much, or pretty much almost delete. Let's put it that way, better yet. Deleting this replica to erase its mind, pretty much. That's pretty much their jail time, their life death sentence. Let's put that way. Also, while Ryan Gosling's character is looking through this replica's place, he finds little things that he's curious about, where he finds stuff that almost is a replica is almost getting feelings, somehow showing that this replica has a family, whereas it's not even possible to have a family. It's like going against nature. While Ryan Gosling's character is getting more and more into this assignment that he was put in, he knows that people are trying to now kill him. His own boss at the station doesn't want him really get into deep into this subject, where Gosling's like, okay, why don't you want me to get it? I mean, shouldn't be nothing big, right? Well, later down the movie, you find out that there's more to this thing, that some of these look like replicas actually can get almost human feelings, all these human emotions, all that. Everything's coming into place. Like these, clones, replicas, you want to call it, are becoming more human. Where Ryan goes more deep into this thing about how can me, who I'm a clone, I'm a replica, can become almost human. Where right here, I don't want to give it too much detail, where a lot of twists and turns get more into the storyline. All right, so let's skip it that way. It's like, okay, first of all, a science fiction movie. Like I say, the sequel to Blade Runner with Harrison Ford. The difference, this one is not too slow. This one acts as well paced, and the detail, the background, the atmosphere. Even though the movie is a lot of CG here and there, when they show the atmosphere and everything, the whole city of LA and everything, is so amazing. I was shocked with the special effects. It's up there with the original Blade Runner, where most of the Blade Runner movie was a little more real, but it had its special effects here and there. One thing I love about this movie, they do bring past characters from the original movie. Where one example, I hate to say it, I mean, I know all of you have seen the trailer of it. You got Harrison Ford, and that's just one of the original cast members from that movie who's in it. And I don't want to spoil anymore. Where the movie brings up so much stuff that it messes with your mind about the future, how the future is becoming how it is. Where there's a scene in the movie where Ryan Gosling's character is having some kind of relationship with a woman, and when you find out what the woman is, it's kind of like, whoa. I wonder in real life that will happen down the line. Where sadly, you think about it, you could. And like I said, I don't want to give too much detail. Pretty much the main focus of the movie is, the whole storyline is how can clones, replicas, become more human where you're not supposed to. That's pretty much the main story. How? It's almost like iRobot with Will Smith, only these in robots, even though they do act like robots and they do kind of have super strength. But it's like, how? It's like they break in the wall of science where even the scientists can't believe it. It's happening. For me, I do suggest, if you love the original film, check it out. It, like I say, unlike the original one, it's well paced, a little slow here and there. You kind of see what's coming at the end, and that's the other thing. The ending does leave you hanging a little bit, where you feel like they could make a third film. Where I do hope they do use the same guy who they direct this movie, because the original one was really Scott, the guy who did Alien and Prometheus. But even though if you've never seen the original one, you actually won't get lost with this movie too, because it actually tells you some of the past main detail from the original film. So if you haven't seen the original, you actually can enjoy this film as long as you're into the sci-fi type of storylines, the deep type. Even though it does lack with detail in certain scenes, I'll admit that. Where there's a couple scenes where the characters were a certain section, and all of a sudden they jump right away to other section where you're like, whoa. Or a certain part where the characters, I hate to spoil a little bit, but where the character's vehicle is damaged, but all of a sudden you ask yourself, okay, you had no vehicle, how the hell you got out from that area? So it's one of those films that has little mistakes here and there. Other than that, I would say check it out if you're a sci-fi fan and you love the original Blade Runner. Other than that, for my opinion, I actually enjoyed it. I actually watched it with with my fiance, and she liked it. She felt it was a little slow here and there too, and also felt you can tell what's going to happen next. You can kind of picture it, the ending and everything. So pretty much for me, I will always give a perfect score to this movie, but actually I will give it A minus due to some little things that fell a little off here and there. But still, it's a great film. I enjoy it. This is one of the films that I can't wait to get it on my collection. Where I'm like, okay, it's one of those films too I can watch again, over and over, and probably won't get bored. Other than that, like I say, give it A minus. Check it out. Other than that, I guess that's my review for Blade Runner 2049. Peace.